Hey everybody, Caleb here, and we're at the end of a month again. So I thought I'd do another little end of month updatey thing. Show you some of the projects I'm working on, and a lot of it's the same projects, I'm just a little bit further along. So I thought we'd do a little bit of catch up. I got some stuff sitting on my desk here I was going to show. We'll start with this. You may recognize this. This is the neck to the Yamaha that I did quite a bit of work to. And at the end of that video, I had said that it really needed a neck reset, but I wasn't sure the customer wanted to go that far. Well, I think you can figure out. We've decided to go ahead and go for it. I got the neck pulled out of here. The body is sitting over there drying right now. It's still a little wet from steaming that neck out, but we're looking really good with this thing. This thing has been kind of a funny project. It's been some of the easiest hard jobs and some of the hardest easy jobs. If you remember, pulling the bridge plate was one of the easiest bridge plates I've ever pulled out, but that bridge really fought me. It was really stuck on there. Well, that continued on to here. The dovetail portion of this was one of the easiest neck resets I've ever done, but the tongue, the fretboard extension, was one of the hardest I've ever had to unstick. As well, you can see I've got a lot further on this Kirk Hammett that I'm refinishing. Also, here's the purple one that we're also refinishing. You can see we got quite a bit further on the finish removal on these. This one's a little bit further along. It's a lot easier because it's a slab. There's no comfort cuts. This one is a little bit harder. There's a little more cutouts and that sort of thing. So these are coming along. I've still got a little ways to go on them. I've also got a couple of little housekeeping things that I want to cover. There's now a tools list in the description of the videos. I've been getting a lot of questions about what's that little tool you use for this, what's that glue you use for that. So it's all in the description of the video now, and there's also Amazon links so you can go check them out in case you were interested in buying some of them. So that's about it for sitting at my desk. I think we're going to go do a little tour on the other side of the room where I play the instruments and kind of record the end of the videos. So you can kind of see a little bit of my recording setup, what I've been doing. I can get some suggestions from you guys, because that's always the best part for me, is that I show you what I got, and you guys always have the best suggestions on, you should do this, or you should add that. So that, it really helps me out, and I know some of you guys are interested in that sort of thing. So we'll do a little tour for that. So we're going to get ready to go handheld, and I'll go do our little tour. I think there's one thing I'm going to cover before we do that, and then we'll end up right back here when we're all the way done. So the first thing I kind of wanted to talk about here was I got some comments in the last video about leaving my chuck key in the chuck. And although I haven't used this drill press since the last video, I did go ahead and fix that. I ended up just epoxying a magnet up here. So there we go. So anybody who was worried about my safety hazard, you don't have to be worried anymore. And it looks like this might be in the way, but it's not. So this is a pretty good spot. I can just stick it up there, and it doesn't go away from the drill press, and it holds it real well. We're going on a little tour here. So we come out here, and me and Troy have moved a bunch of stuff around since you've had your quick glance at this last time. So you can kind of see we've got it set up over here. And as I walk back, there's some stuff over here too. I've got the drum set over here. And yeah, it's an electronic drum set. I like to have a real one, but I don't have all the setup to record a real one. And I can't afford one. So for now, we're working off electronic drums. And then we work our way over here. I got my keyboard. This is where I edit all my video, and also where we've done all our recording recently. We've got the amps in the back, guitar racks, and guitars hanging. And more guitars hanging, and a Troy in the background, and more guitar racks. So we've really set up this room to be our kind of performance-y studio area for practicing and that sort of thing. It's been really nice to get my interface a little closer to my amps, and you know, I just pull out a mic stand and mic them up. So all that's right there. I also run the interface typically when I play at the end of videos, which I do sitting right there. You can see that's the wall that's always behind me. So I'll pull out a mic stand and run it sitting over there. So then here's what we've been using for our recording. We've got a mixer here. Troy brought this back. It belongs to him. it works pretty good for what we've been doing. Then we come down. I've got some headphones sitting here along with a catalog. Got all my capos on the side. I've been using this interface. This is the Focusrite 18i20. This is the one I've been using so far. This is what I've been using for all of the ends of the videos. I'll plug a mic in here and run that out. We've also got a PA set up. This is a cheaper PA, and it doesn't give me stereo, so it's kind of getting ready to go as soon as I can afford to make it go. It's working for now. Right now I've actually got it set up to run my computer out through it. So, you know, me and Troy were playing around, listening to music. It runs through the PA, and that's run all around the room. You see there's one speaker under the keyboard. There's two more over there and one more on the other side of the computer. The idea was to center it around the couch in the middle so we can sit and play and listen and that sort of thing. I'm also waiting to have enough money to get a power conditioner. I've noticed we've got some real noise issues. If you watched the video where we played Troy's guitar, right at the beginning, it was very noisy. Hopefully that'll solve some of that issue. We come down, we actually have pedal storage, or what we're using for pedal storage. There's a mix of my pedals and Troy's pedals under there. Troy's pedal board's sitting out. So is mine. But that's what we've been doing with that. I guess we'll move over to amp corner. So I've kind of got this whole little corner set up just the way I like it, really. So all the guitars are on the rack there. You can grab them. The amps are here. You can see I got pieces of wood underneath the amps to kind of bring them up a little bit. Most of my stands are a little tall for these. So to put that extra angle on there helps get the mic placement right. It also means that the carpet eats up a little less bass with that angle on there. So that helps with those. Got the organ there. You can see I got my acoustic guitar right next to my desk. And of course, my most important tool stays right there, never goes anywhere else. So then we got my desk, and then this is something that I've done recently, was started hanging these. And I got to say, this is probably the biggest single improvement that I've done, is to have all those cords hung. Because before, I've got a couple of them over here as well. Before, when you needed one and you had just a pile, you try to grab one and you grab all of them. You know, inevitably you pull the whole pile out. But now, when you need one, you can just come up and grab it. That has got to be probably the biggest improvement, and helps keep the whole area a lot cleaner, because you don't just leave them out. They're so easy to put away. Something else I kind of passed over was my my two art pieces here. My grandma painted both of those for me, so they're hanging on the wall. They're a little abstract, but I like to, you know, it's music related, and it hangs in my little studio. So that's fun. So as we walk around the room, look at some of my other art pieces. We also got a TV here. This is actually hooked into the monitor I'm using over for my computer. So I can run Pro Tools in this TV while we're sitting over on the couch area, so I can see what we're doing. That's a big help, having two monitors in two separate areas. So we're going to go back over to the drum set, and we got the fireplace behind the drum set, and on my little makeshift mantle, I got a couple of interesting things. It's a menagerie of objects here. I'll work my way down. We got an old Ferrari. I have no idea where that came from. There's a little fire truck next to it. I have no idea where that came from. That's actually going to be most of the things up here. Then we have a cow playing guitar. You paused for laughter. I don't know why I have a cow playing guitar, but he's playing guitar, so he stayed here. This was Mom's license plate on her Mustang. When people said, "Did your parents buy you that car?" she'd say, "Hardly." And then we got E.T., and E.T. sits here for good luck. Yeah, let's go with that. Then there's a picture of, see, there's me and Troy. We went to Iowa to see Kansas. Yeah, we went to Davenport, Iowa to see Kansas, the band, our senior year. So that's the group of guys that went. Yeah, it's the 40th anniversary show, except for it was like a year late because we got the delayed show. That was fun. We went, it was early April of our senior year, and we camped out because none of us were 21, and I'm fairly certain you had to be 21 to get a motel room, and besides, it was cheaper to camp. So we camped out, and it got down to like 26 that night, and it snowed in the morning, and the battery died in the car.
We probably had to walk 1.5 miles to...
Yeah, I mean, we walked a pretty good distance to go up to the ranger station and hope that they would give us a jump. All right, we move on. We got a little decorative plant that's just up here, and then the little Marshall is just decorative, but it is actually work. If the battery's still in it, yeah, see, it turns on. It's one of those little kind of toy jobs, but it does work, and it doesn't sound bad. But there's a little tour of my menagerie of objects. If I ever get anything else fun, it's going to go up there too. But yeah, you know, my shelf of interesting items. That's really what it is. So, and then, you know, we can turn around. We talk about the other stuff that's hanging on the wall, since, you know, we're talking about it. Over yonder is it's an airplane picture of our house. I'm not going to go look at it that close. Then I've got 2 Les Pauls hanging on the wall. That one's an Epi, and that one's actually a Hondo. We've changed out almost everything on that one to make it look a lot nicer, and it looks really nice. I wish it played as nice as it looked. It plays fine, it's just not really my cup of tea. The Epi is the Les Paul I play the most, and I don't play it very often. And then the wall where I record, we've got me and Troy's gas can guitars put up. This is really the first guitar project we got into, and they are far from flawless, but they do work. One of these days, we're going to get around to trying it again and making them right. They're actually gas cans that we got from one of those second-hand thrift kind of stores. And it's got all the electronics in it. They're very neat looking. I wish, once again, they played as good as they looked. So I think we've kind of been all around the room now. Did our full little spin. Got all the stuff that's on the wall. You see I got a rack over there. So the shop area is like right over there. You can see the corner of my desk there. So when I'm ready to play at the end, I just come over here and I set the camera up and I play. So everything's kind of in one spot. It's easy if I need something or work back and forth. I guess that's just about everything here. I think we're going to go take a look at the site of the future shop here in a minute, so you can kind of, I thought I'd do a monthly update on it as well, so I'll head out there momentarily. Well, I think you can see it's looking a lot different than it was in the last video I did out here. We've got most of the equipment out. Right now, the only thing that's going in here is the lawnmower and the John Deere tractor. So it's getting emptied. We still got 2 lofts full of stuff we got to clean out. Right now, we had somebody out to get a quote on concrete. We're waiting for that to get back. I am looking forward to it. I've been trying to work maybe 1 or 2 days. Well, I've been trying to work 1 day a week out here on just getting stuff cleaned up, getting trash picked up. So if you didn't already know, this is going to be the future site of my actual shop, so I can get out of the basement. You see I got the back door open. It gets a nice breeze growing through. It's coming along. Got a lot of work to do yet still. So I'll bring you back out here next month. So I hope you enjoyed this little shop update, a little tour around, and a little update on the new shop that's coming. One more thing I wanted to do before we're done is I wanted to thank Kenny for sending me this neck removal jig. I needed this, really recently, as you can tell. So thank you, Kenny, for sending me this. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you later.